In an airfield on the outskirts of Madrid, huge crowds of young people gathered for the vigil. This was one of the final events on the Pope's 4-day visit to Madrid to mark World Youth Day. But as the event got underway, a sudden storm interrupted proceedings. The Pope's skull cap blowing off. He had to abandon his prepared speech. But the weather couldn't dampen the spirits of the hundreds of thousands who gathered to hear the Pope. It had all been so different earlier in the day. Soaring temperatures had left many trying to cool down. At the preparations for the vigil, fire trucks sprayed water over the sweltering crowds. Organisers handed out bottles of water, but for some, it was all too much. The Pope carried on with day 3 of his visit, attending Mass on Saturday morning. During his sermon, he called on priests to lead saintly lives, although there was no real mention of the sex abuse scandals that have almost overwhelmed the Catholic Church in recent years. And this trip hasn't been without its critics. Many in Spain are angry about the cost of the visit at a time of economic austerity. In the centre of Madrid, gay activists protested about the Catholic Church's views on homosexuality.
I think what this man preaches is an attack against a sector of the population, in this case homosexuals, not to say women and many others.
But for a church that's facing criticism and often seen as out of touch and in decline, these images in Madrid are a welcome relief. And the Pope will finish his visit on Sunday with an open-air Mass. Daniel Griffiths, BBC News.